So in this video we will add a model view controller, and so basically for basically we can do this for leads. So suppose so first of all, we right now have this SQLite database only. So you can see in .env file there is this DB connection SQLite. Okay, so this has that SQLite database only. So first, to create a model, there is very simple command. So PHP artisan make model. So what this particular command will do, this will create model into our system. So first model we are going to create will be lead. So leads will be added into our system, and then basically that can be edited, updated, and all these things. Okay, so PHP artisan make model lead. So this will create model. So this will only create app models, and one more file will be added here in models folder. If you want to add migration for this, so migration is basically the structure for our table in our database. Okay, so -m for migration. Okay, then if we want to add controller also for the same model, so we can add C for controller. And in controller, if you want to add different methods like index, then store, update, edit, all these things, delete, then we can use R. So I want that, so I will use this PHP artisan make model lead -mcr. So it will create model controller, and basically in controller all the functions and migration also. Okay, so here in models you can see this lead added. So this is basically structure for the model in Laravel. And for controllers in HTTP controllers, we have this lead controller. So in lead controller, if we don't use the resources, this all function index, create, store, show, edit will not be added. So we added that one. Okay, then basically if we go to migration, so in database migrations, one more file is added, this create leads. Okay, so this is a syntax for migration. So in this we have this schema create leads. So this table will be created. So right now they have only two fields, two means actually three. So table ID will create the ID field. Okay, then this table timestamps will create created at and updated at, these two fields. Okay, so if you want to add more fields, then you can add it here. So dollar table, then basically you can add different type of variables with field types. Okay, so string for varchar, and then you can give the name of that particular field. Then you can give the limit of that particular, so size, how much will be size, 10, 50, 255. If you know particular size for that particular field, suppose we are adding a name, so name cannot be more than 80 characters, so we can add 80 likewise. So this is there. And then basically after this, in the for syntax, there are multiple attributes you can add. If you want to add unique attributes, like if we have email and we want to add that unique, then you can add unique. If you want to learn more about this routes and all these things, you can go to this laravel.com and basically type for migration. So you can see all different types of things supported and how you can create different types of columns and all these things. So you can go through that particular. So we'll focus on creating leads and all these things. So I will just go to ChatGPT, and then I will just ask, give me tables structure, or give me migration file for lead table in give me migration file for lead tables using Laravel. So we'll see what it gives. So it had given name, email, phone, message and is contacted. Okay, so I will use this one only. I will just copy this and I will paste it here. So it will add name, email, phone, message, and is contacted if that particular leads is contacted or not. And basically we can add status also. Okay, so suppose I want to add different types of status. So status, no, sorry, status not here, so it will be enum, then status, what different type of status will be added here. So it will be like pending, and I will just ask add status enum for leads. Okay, so it has given this one. I will just copy this, I will add it here. So status, it can be new, it's contacted, or it will be converted. So for now I will be using enum. So in after some days or after some time we will change this, so user can add their custom fields and all these things. So that will be a good feature to have in our system. So we'll add that. So right now I will just use this one. Okay, so name, email, then message, name, email, phone, message, is contacted, then status. So rather than is contacted, I will remove this is contacted, status will be updated, so I will remove this. Okay, okay, now if I want to add this table into our database, so I will have to run php artisan migrate, then only it will get migrated to the database. So this leads table has been created into our database. Okay, now I will go to this routes file, then in web.php, so I can use, so basically I will use that controller use app slash models, sorry, app slash http. So I will just check this http slash controllers slash lead controller, lead controller. Okay, now I have to add this multiple functions. Okay, so I will use route, then get, then this particular for leads I will use this as a leads, then here I will use that controller. Okay, to add controller I think syntax is like this. Okay, lead controller or leads, okay, lead controller, and then class comma index. I think this is the syntax, we'll see. Then I will give name as a leads dot index, and I will put this into authenticated URL. Okay, or I can show you before authentication and after authentication. Okay, leads URL. Okay, then basically it will call this function lead controller class index. In index I will just return index, will say if we have added a correct syntax or not. If there is some syntax error here, we'll see this. So dot test slash okay, so here it's index. Okay, so rather than index, so basically our syntax is correct, leads and all these things, but I want to put this into authentication. So I will just remove this from here and I will add this into this. So basically here we have this middleware, and then basically this group, and in this group we will have different URLs. Okay, for every routes in this group this middleware will be called, so this authentication will be checked If not authenticated, then this page will not work. So we'll see now. So I will just refresh this page, so it will redirect to login page. Okay, so likewise, so if I want to see that page, I will have to log in and then I can see that particular page. Not now. So index, now I am authenticated, then I can see that particular page. So for this, I will add one more thing in lead controller rather than return. So I will return a view, and which view we will return. So for uh, making it easy, so we will create leads folder, and then leads folder we will create index file. So leads.index. To create this view, I have to go to resources, views, then create one folder, leads, then I will create one more file, index.late.php. Now here I will use X app layout, so that dashboard layout, same layout. Okay, then basically I will just copy some code from welcome page, so container and all these things. So lead index, I will copy this slash div. I will just add one heading here, leads, text, Excel only. So now if I refresh this page, so you can see the same authenticated means dashboard layout is here. So leads here. So we'll change this UI. So right now we have this default UI provided by the Laravel. Okay, so this is how basically we can add this controller means from controller methods in route, and we can use this, and from controller how we can call this particular view. So for every create, store, show, edit, update, we'll have to do the same. So we have seen how to create a model, then controller and views. So right now we have seen creating models and controller and resource with same method. So we can use this differently. So PHP artisan uh, make model. So if we use only name, means only name, if suppose I use a contact, then it will only create the model. So if you want to create controller, you can use controller and you can create controller here. So lead controller, likewise you can give name and you can create the controller with -r to resource, or if not, and you can also make migrations. So if you have already models and controller, you want to add migration, you can add migration. If you want to make changes to migration, you can make migration and add that alter particular table and all these things. So whenever we do that, we will see that. So likewise you can do this separately also. So now we have this leads page. So in next, basically we will see how to list that particular leads, how to create a lead, how to create a form, how to add that CSRF and all these things, how to store that form. So one by one we'll go by basically adding that CRUD operation. So next in next video we will see how to create and read that particular leads.